It's Recess TV, the show that takes you into the lives and careers of our amazing recess vets, the great people that work hard so they can play even harder. Recess TV is brought to you by the architects of ARCS Concepts, the team behind the scenes at Recess Getaways. Now, here's your host, DJ Sterl the Pearl.
Hi, everybody. How you doing, my Recess family? It's your boy, DJ Sterl the Pearl, your host that's going to give you the most, because I'm not the star of this show. I'm really just the host. The stars of this show are the same people that's the star of our trip, our Recess Getaways clientele. And here on this show, we're going to highlight our veterans that have been on the trip, get an idea what they felt about the trip, so you can see that we're not telling a story and we think we're the best trip on the planet. But you're also going to learn about what they do when they're not on the trip. You know, our trip brings together entrepreneurs from all over the planet, represented by 38 states, over 9 countries, coming together, have a time of your life once a year. And these gentlemen attended our trip. We were in Puerto Rico, and what they do when they're not on the trip, well, they have some incredible careers. And I'm honored to have them as being the premier show of Recess TV. Giving it to you. I give you the team with a whole lot of Aggie pride. And those of you that know what that is, you know what it is. The team of Steel Moon, the first African-American owned moonshine company in the United States. I'm gonna say that again. The first African-American owned moonshine company in the United States. I'm gonna have the gentlemen introduce themselves because they can do it better than I can. But I will tell you this, these gentlemen are brothers of mine. We've known each other for a decade now. And I tell you, it's been an honor to be someone they can call friend and I can call them a friend of mine. So you're about to be in for a treat. Don't touch that dial for a little while because you're about to get information about some gentlemen that are gonna make your life even feel better from the inside out.
What is the evolution of moonshine? Is it your great-granddaddy whispering stories in your ear? Or the backwoods calculations of family generations of Steel Moon recipes? Or is it that warm sensation one gets of a smooth taste and sip? Ah, that's the alcohol and conversation of sipping shine, filled with a glass of imagination that's on my mind. Like the sounds of Uncle JB's melodies playing in the back room, the revolution of evolution of moonshine is coming soon. Man, can I have a drink now? Sip Steel Moon.
And I'm gonna start with the first one, Kelvin Brasher. They call him the Brush Man. Tell us something about yourself, Brush.
How we doing, Sterl?
Hey, man, this is living another day in paradise, as you can see. I'm loving it. I'm feeling it. Whoa.
Hey, I'm with you, brother. I'm ripping and running just like you are. I'm bi-coastal now, between North Carolina, LA, and Pittsburgh. I stay on the road, man. I've been blessed the last few years to be able to be in a position to own my own dealerships now. And wow. So along with Steel Moon, I'm selling cars, but I actually own the deal now. So I'm excited about that, man. I've been working really, really hard to get on the map. So we're doing a pretty good job out here.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, Kevin, what cars do you sell?
So we own BMW, Mini, and the dealership we bought out in California is an Infinity store.
Wow. So, hey, you guys that like getting your whip, when I dip, you dip, we dip. You got a man right here that does that also.
Selling cars and selling moonshine. That's what we do, baby.
Hey, but don't drink and drive.
No.
It's all love, baby. All love. Sean Yancey.
What's up, Sterl?
What's up, baby? Hey, I'm just rocking with the Aggie team, baby. NCANT in the building.
Hey, Aggie Pride, brother. What's up, Recess fam? We definitely appreciate you bringing Steel Moon to the table. As you mentioned, we are alumni of North Carolina A&T State University, all but one, and you guys will meet him in the next slide. That's Brother Ralph Frazier. But I'm down here in H-Town. I'm a corporate attorney by trade, selling moonshine by night. That's why we go under the still moon.
Still moon. Yes, sir. I love it, baby. Sean, appreciate you, brother. Gary Duncan.
What's up, Pearl?
Brother? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you.
Thank you, man. Glad you invited us, brother.
Oh, man, it was an honor that you guys said you would come, man. And I know the rest of the people will feel the same way once we get done with this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my name is Gary Duncan. I reside in Virginia Beach, Virginia, but I am a native of North Carolina, Statesville, North Carolina. And Still Moon is my baby. It's my baby. It's my family's recipe. You know, we kind of tweaked it, made it ours, but we're doing the darn thing, man. During the day, I work for ADP. I'm a payroll manager at ADP, and I sell moonshine 24 hours a day.
My man, my man. So we know what's in the break room at your office.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. It's amazing, Gary. You know, this when you talk to family, and this is almost like a family reunion because you know we have those every now and then. You always learn more about them, and I just learned Gary is with automatic data processing.
Yes, sir.
A company, Gary, that my mother worked for 40 years.
Oh, really?
She retired from ADP. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, I plan on that boat if Still Moon don't pull me out first.
Hey, brother, when Still Moon pulls you out, do an ADP does your payroll without you working there. That's how I see it, brother. Now we go to Mr. Ralph Frazier. Ralph Frazier, please introduce yourself to the Recess family.
What's going on, fam? What's going on?
We here, baby. We here.
I hear you. I'm gonna get them free advice Fridays back on, man.
Man, please, man. You know, because your trade, if you get some free advice from a person in your trade, whoa, that's worth some paper. You understand?
Hey, stop telling them to stop drinking and driving, man.
Hold up, you're right. But they can drink and then call an Uber or a Lyft, right? Call an Uber. Drink.
Call an Uber. That's right.
What I'm talking about.
That's right. And if you can't do that, call me. I should say you're gonna need to call me. So my name is Ralph Frazier. I am in Durham, North Carolina, and Raleigh, North Carolina, by way of Columbus, Ohio, in my past life, and Farmers Union, North Carolina, to take it back to where my moonshine originates. So I'm a full-time criminal defense lawyer and a full-time North Carolina liquor salesman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now,
Yes,
see,
sir.
what's incredible here, you know, you see these other three that are here with us live, they're North Carolina A&T alumni. There's a lot of Aggie pride on the trip. Now, the one that's not an A&T alumni, you would think he'd be nervous about not having his back covered. Well, we've got a partner, Rob Avery from Columbus, Ohio. And already know how Ohio do when they come on the trip. So he ain't not having his back covered. He got his brothers, but when it's time for an argument, he got friends. How many of us have them? How many are there? That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, and I hail from Hampton University, so my friends are worldwide. You know, them Aggies are regional. National and international giants.
There
so my reach is far. As you can see, my reach is far and wide.
See, you gonna make me pop my collar to that because you know, I already know. It's crazy because you know, we have so many HBCU graduates that come on our trips, and the banter that you just witnessed between these two groups of people that love each other as brothers, literally brothers from another mother, they will argue like they don't like each other when it comes to their school, but it stays there. And that's why I like it stays there in fun. And we're going to talk about it also as a people. But before we get too geopolitical, let's get to capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about some capitalism on this thing here. Before we get into the development of how Still Moon came about, I want to get each one of you guys vibe, what you felt when you came on Recess Getaways and you guys came on the trip. What did you feel? And I'm gonna start this one off with Sean. Sean, tell me what you thought when you were on the trip.
Well, the vibe started when I got to the airport. So I get on the plane and I see the cats that I had seen in the streets before in Houston. And I'm looking and they're like, "Going to Recess?" I said, "Yep." And then Dexter was on the plane.
Oh,
Recess Dex. And you know how he rolls.
that's
So the party started as soon as they said wheels up, it was on and popping. And I started at the airport, got on the plane as soon as I landed and got that warm sun. And I think Gary came in the same time I did. We met at the track and we found you over. It was a wrap. So, it was a wrap. And we partied like it was like it was a family reunion, homecoming, after a repast, all rolled in one.
Have you heard that? Family reunion, homecoming, and a repast all in one. That's a combination for a situation under the still moon. Oh, baby, Gary, tell me how you felt when you came to Recess and you landed the same time as Sean.
Yeah, man. Like Sean said, it did start on the plane, man. As soon as I boarded here in Norfolk, it was on and cracking from there, man. And when I touched the ground in Puerto Rico, Sean was there. Man, I can tell you right now, I don't even know how the hotel looked. My room in the hotel, I don't even know how it looked, man. It was just on and popping from day one till we left, bro. And I didn't want to come home, but someone told me I had to come home, so I had to go in the bed. and Sterl, that was my 50th, man.
Okay.
That was
really?
Yeah, and I had to give it to Sean, Brush, and Ralph. They set it off, man. They set it out for me though. I appreciate the love of these guys, bro.
Hey, bro, it comes off this TV right now, brother, because you can see the love between you guys. Brush, you tell me what the deal. How did you feel when you came to Recess?
I gotta tell you something, man. I got that phone call from you saying, "Hey, I got this many people coming. This many are women. This many are men. I need your help." And so the siren went off. We loaded up the caravan, man. We brought, and I probably shouldn't be saying this, but we probably had 10 to 12 cases of alcohol of Steel Moon with us that we brought to Puerto Rico, man. And between celebrating Gary's 50th birthday party and just meeting all the people from all around the country, around the world, we had a ball. That's how we met Ice. We met Ice celebrating Gary's
Absolutely right.
birthday
party
in the cabana. Yep.
Ice got a hold of that Steel Moon. And next thing we know, man, he's at homecoming. He came homecoming because of that trip, man. So that we got a lot of love for Recess and the things that we got from it.
And we've been honored to have some incredible DJs and Hall of Fame DJs like Mixmaster Ice, like Frank Ski, Hall of Fame DJs like DJ Booby. These guys are Hall of Fame DJs, and you guys know me as a DJ, and I'm okay at what I do. But it's a lot of times we have our DJ lineups, and I tell people, I'm not mad I'm the worst on the squad. I'm not mad about that, because it's all about the trip. We want to make sure our people have as much fun as possible. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed the trip. Ralph, tell me how you felt when you came to Recess, brother. Talk to me.
Hey, man, I was single, dog, so I'm going to tell you how I felt. The rest of them cats actually were, Sean might have, I can't remember, Sean might have been single, but Gary was married, Kelvin was married, everybody else was married, dog. So I'll tell you what, I had a ball. My flight went through Atlanta, so you know how my flight over to Puerto Rico was.
Baby!
Exactly. It was off the chain from the time I left to the time I left. I gotta say, that Hampton Worldwide Reach, I already knew Ice.
And once again, the gentleman, when they say ice, the gentleman they're talking about is the incredible Hall of Fame.
The incredible world famous mixed master ice.
Absolutely. Hall of Fame DJ for
Hall
the
of Fame
TFO.
DJ.
Absolutely.
TFO. That's
incredible friend to know and an awesome DJ to have.
But we had a great time. As Gary said, it was his 50th. And fortunately, all of us had a little money in our pockets. Weren't too shy about spending it. And so we had a good time. But more importantly, we brought a huge supply of Steel Moon and set out a nice cabana, hung out a little bit more, and got to know Ice a lot better.
And I remember that because you guys had your own little VIP situation going on, brother. I'm just saying. The Steel Moon wasn't still, it was moving.
That cabana was legendary that week.
Oh man, look here.
That's legendary.
Yes. People talked about that because they thought you guys were partners. Because I get the mic and everybody knows Sterl got the mic. I'm calling out my boys, and the only Black-owned moonshine company in Puerto Rico, and everybody's worried about taking the Bacardi rum tour. You better take a tour of that cabana with Steel Moon starting that distillery. You know what I'm saying? It was serious. Stop playing. It was very serious. So Ralph, since you talked about it and you feeling that cabana vibe, tell me how you got involved with Steel Moon. What moved you to get involved with your partners with this product to market?
Well, so, as I said, we all knew each other pretty much already at that point. And all of us had one thing in common, is that we liked a good drink of moonshine. And in some form or fashion had our own roots in it and had our own supplies. And so, we had Taste Fest. And as a result of doing that, we also had some underground sale fest. And so we decided, why not try to do this the right way and see if we can't make some legitimate money off of this product? Because we had the best product on the market even at that time, collaboratively in some form or fashion. And so that's how it became. And so it really, you met Hope.
Yes.
It started at Hope's house.
Yep. There it is.
That's how it started. It started at Hope's house.
A former highly ranked athlete at North Carolina A&T.
That's right. That's right.
And Hope is a woman, a Black strong woman. And I tell you, a joy to meet. And I hope everyone that sees this telecast gets the blessing to meet her, because she's definitely a blessing when you meet her. Never meets a stranger, always a friend. I met we vibed day one. It was just, you cats, and I like a lot of people, but the vibe like that so fast, that was an awesome blessing for myself. So I thank you guys for that. But yeah, so it came, as I understand now, Ralph, it was a recipe from Big G's family. Am I correct?
That is true. We went with G's family's recipe. They won.
Oh, do you still battling the Hampton A&T thing?
No, this goes back much deeper and longer than that.
Yeah. It goes back a little further than that, Sterl.
Okay.
We had Roxborough's best going against Wilkesboro's best. Man, and
you got the burrows, man. You throw in your burrow.
Look. And that's how it really got started, man. I'll tell you, you mentioned family reunion earlier, man. I'll tell you a little story how our recipe got started in family. Man, you just imagine yourself at the family reunion, bro. We were kids, man, out there playing stickball, softball, whatever you want to call it. Right in front of the big house, everybody back there cooking there, the parents, uncles playing with us. All of a sudden, my cousin pulls up in his shiny new Cadillac. He had a new one every year, and pops the trunk. Something happened, Sterl.
Uh-oh.
The kids look around. We ain't had nobody pitching no more. We ain't had nobody on third, second, or first base, no outfielders. All the grown-ups just A-line to the trunk, man. And that's how it really got started, boys. Because my family would bring the stuff, and the stuff would just disappear, just like the grown folk would, leaving us hanging.
So it'll be more or less inhaled versus consumed, is what you're saying.
Right. So that's how I first got introduced to it, man. Then, coming up, going to tea, meeting Ralph and everybody. And like you said, we all consumed a little white lightning and all thought we had the best, So I think, we kind of settled on, we needed to taste like Roxborough. Roxborough had the best white peach coming out of there. So,
hey man, that's an awesome story right there. Awesome.
They had the best illegal white peach coming out of there.
Well, it's amazing. I find amazing. A lot of the stuff that came out of Prohibition, you know what I'm saying? At one time, it was all illegal. The real good stuff is still around. There's a lot of stuff that's not around anymore.
No, it's not, man. So we kind of, I toured around with the family recipe, tweaked it here and there, with the taster. I had plenty of tasters. All my partners are tasters. And we decided on the best, man. And we kind of went with that, man, put it in production. Like I said, I got a call one night, I think, from Sean and maybe Brush. Maybe all of them called me and said, hey, what do you think about taking this thing and making it legit? Man, it's been on and popping since then.
As it should be. As it should be. I mean, it's an incredible product. I mean, everyone knows I don't drink, but I've got some friends of mine who call themselves alcohol aficionados. And every last one has had nothing but rave reviews about Steel Moon and the way you guys put that whole package together, from the shape of the bottle to the sexiness of the pour to how smooth it goes down. So I'm actually privileged to have you guys here as our premiere show, and I'm thankful that you guys made time to make it happen. Kelvin the Brushman Bratch, tell me something about how you got involved and what your role is with Steel Moon.
So Roxborough peach is the best. Regardless of what Ralph says, it is the best. And so I learned actually within the last 2 years. So we would drive down to the country, me and my cousin, to Roxborough and pick it up. Back road, that story is true. And so come to find out, my dad called me.
Hold on, Tom, let me pause you right there. You said back roads. You guys had your own Thunder Road situation. See?
Yes, we did.
See?
Yes, don't get me talking about Thunder Road. And good. But lo and behold, the guy that we got the moonshine from was actually my cousin. I had no idea that Jabbo was my cousin. So that white that we would get all the time in the milk jug was actually from my cousin. So I thought it was fitting that here we are producing a product sort of based off of that flavor profile, because that was the flavor profile. You could not go wrong with Roxborough peach, man. You just couldn't. And so to be able to come forward, fast forward, and be at the point that we are, I feel like we all are responsible for it, just from a life experience, one shape, form, or fashion, because all of that stuff is going into the recipe, man, to make Steel Moon what Steel Moon is. And so we're excited about the product, and we love where we're going.
It shows, man. I mean, everyone has had a taste of that stuff. They feel all the fact that you guys really love what you're doing, because the love is in the bottle. It's in the bottle. Sean, let's tell me about how you got involved with Steel Moon and what's your role for the company?
Well, I'm the president of the company, and I try to keep everybody in line as best I can. But we all share different roles. Gary's the mixologist, Kelvin and Gail, who's not on the phone, they do marketing. Ralph is counsel and confidant and make sure we stay on track. They're like a sergeant at arms. And then Ponce's role is that of a counsel as well. Honestly, it all came down to homecoming, to be honest with you. So, and Gary, I tell you this, so we left Hope's house. We went to this party on Elm Street. Was a day party, like this is the day party of all day parties. Around, and of course, Gary has his flash, And you know, we do the flash thing. We sitting out there, and we party hard all
Right
day.
on. Only way you can do that, G-Ho. Ain't no going soft at G-Ho. Go hard and go home at G-Ho now.
No, sir. So we partied all day, all night. Went back to Hope's house, partied some more, woke up the next day. I said, hey, man, what was that we were drinking? He said, you wouldn't believe me. And then he showed it to me. I said, get out of here. And like Ralph said, man, it really started at Hope's house. You know, everybody enjoyed the flavor. Oh, we went to Pittsburgh to celebrate Tracy's birthday. Gary came and had some with him, and Kelvin had some. So we sitting down, and these girls from LA, so they like, and Flozell. So we sitting there and we just chilling. And they like, what y'all drinking? And Kelvin was like, you don't want this. And you don't tell me what to drink.
There it is.
And that's how the party got started. And so, long story short, man, they drank damn near the whole jug. And they were like,
you said jug, that ain't bottle. You said jug.
Jug. And they loved it. I mean, absolutely loved it. And we just, you know, we all came together and like, man, we really should think about this thing, you know, taking it to market. And so we did the research. We figured out a game plan that would work outside of operating a full-fledged distillery, which at the time was economically unfeasible. And, you know, I knew, and we all knew that if you're going to do this thing, you had to go in with people that you adore and you trust, but at the same time, they're going to keep you on track to keep moving forward. So Ralph, obviously, Kelvin, and Gary being the mixologist, you know, that was the core. And we just said, hey, man, let's do it. Because at the end of the day, I think all of us want to be able to leave a legacy for our kids. And so that's been a foundation, a piece of the rock for us and how we started. And we've been consistent with that. And don't get me wrong, we do enjoy having a good drink every now and then.
Well, I mean, with the type of careers you guys have, it's okay to drink. I tell you, you guys see pressure that a guy like myself just probably couldn't handle. And I want everyone here that's watching this telecast to really absorb what you're looking at right now. Looking at 4 gentlemen, of which 3 other people on the team are not here, African-American gentlemen who are attorneys, directors of marketing, car lot owners, payroll managers. These are people of color right here. These are people of color who have the first Black-owned moonshine company in the United States. Digest that for a minute. Okay? We didn't say brandy. We didn't say, you know, some of that yak. We said moonshine. That's got some family ties to it. Years of cultivation. Now, Gary is a mixologist. He's not a DJ.
Right.
Okay? Because I want everybody to understand, because some people hear mixologist, they're thinking, he a DJ with Sterl. No. He's a man that brings together flavors, alcohol, percentages of different liquids and sums of products and things that go into a bottle that are packaged for your enjoyment by an African-American man from his family.
Hey, Sterl. Hey, Sterl.
Yes, sir.
In his previous life, he said nothing. But when he was on campus, he was DJ Scratch.
Well, see, but he had to stop him somewhere, baby. I mean, I know the name was Scratch, but I'm just saying, he had to be a mixologist. He had to be able to put it together, baby. It's beats and rhymes inside them bottles and rhythms and flows. It's bars, baby, bars. It was incredible, though. And you know, and I applaud you guys for this, and I've said this to you guys individually more than once, and I want to say it to my Recess family. When I first heard that you guys were gonna do a moonshine, I don't know if you guys remember, I said, moonshine, is that what you calling your vodka? No, moonshine. I said, what? You're gonna do now. When you're thinking the word moonshine, I'm not gonna say anything, but a large percentage of the people watching this telecast, and probably some friends of all of ours, are thinking what they think when it comes to moonshine, which is not a bad thing because it's a great product that comes from where it comes from. This is an awesome product coming from African-American men who are professionals in other things, building a legacy for their children.
My name is James Brown, and I'm from Durham, North Carolina. A long time ago, they had TV programs that would come on and they would feature certain instrumentalists. And they had this saxophonist by the name of Boots Randolph. And I saw that instrument, it was a saxophone, and I knew that was the one that I wanted to play. And that was love at first sight. I became passionate about music from the love that I had for my grandmother. She played a little. I was raised by my grandmother. And the joy that she had in instilling me, I wanted to instill that in the music and share it with others. Well, in building a great relationship, number one, you need to have good conversation. That opens the door for a lot of things to happen, and it takes away a lot of the outside distractions.
Ralph, I've got to ask you, where do you see Still Moon going from here?
Well, so Sterl, you know, for me, honestly, in the beginning, it's a 10-year, 15-year project. You know, the goal is to build it and, you know, sell it.
Absolutely.
In the end, or to partner with someone who can help take us a little bit further than we might be able to. And you know, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with you notice Jay-Z, the fact that he's a billionaire, just partnered with one of the large liquor houses to take his product further than he felt like he could take it. And you know, we're not billionaires, number one. But number two, the reality of it is that we need to become a nuisance to somebody who wants to help us.
Absolutely.
You know, either take it to the next level or wants to take it to the next level themselves and is going to make it worth all of our whiles. Because as you said, this is about legacy building and trying to build some generational wealth for our children and our children's children, quite frankly, more importantly. Most of our children will likely be okay. So, I mean, that's what I see in Still Moon. That was the purpose for me getting involved in Still Moon, despite the fact that I like a good drink of good liquor. And this is that.
I've been told that, you know, from guys I tell you, call themselves aficionados of the alcohol substance realm, space, if you will, you got $1 billion tasting product. That's for sure.
Well, and we want $1 billion for
it. From your mouth to God's ears, let's make it happen.
As they say, let's speak it into existence.
Well, you know, I can talk. I can say it loud.
Hey, I don't have to bounce off of this show. I do appreciate, you know, being able to come on and talk about our product. Appreciate you thinking enough of us to come on and talk about your product, the Recess Getaway, where we had an awesome time and had an opportunity to show our wares some in the very early stages of our product. And so, you know, we do appreciate that and look forward to being able to hang out and party with y'all again real soon.
Well, we stirring the pot to make something hot, and we definitely gonna get Still Moon involved to party with the Recess family real soon, brother. Real soon.
All right, family.
Take care, brother. Good seeing you,
y'all
man.
Take care. All
Be
right.
safe out
All
there.
right. All right, Simba.
Kelvin, tell me where you see Still Moon going from here.
Well, I think Ralph hit it on the head. You know, I think the catalyst for all of this for years, man, was we talked about that that meeting in Seville County, without getting into the weeds of it, but the motivation to prove that we could do something. You know, it may have started out as an alcohol and conversation, but it quickly became something that we wanted to have a legacy with. And so from that standpoint, we want to have these national partnerships, whether that's with Steel Moon alone, whether that's we are partnering with another premium brand, whether they're with alcohol or outside of alcohol. You know, it has been proven that two great partnerships can make a great outcome. And so we're not opposed to that, as Ralph said. So realistically, the goal was to build it up and see what happens. Right now we're 100% on it, but it doesn't mean that we can't consider partnering with somebody like Ralph said to get to a bigger reach. And a bigger reach for me, and we talked about it recently, was global. You know, we want to be in Asia, and China, and all those different places, in Europe as well, because everybody loves whiskey. This is an iconic product. It's kind of like the Harley Davidson of alcohol, so to speak. Everybody knows what moonshine is, whether you're in California or North Carolina or Tennessee or New York. Somebody has a moonshine story. And so from that standpoint, we've taken a product that really was a backwoods, in the field kind of recipe. You know, realistically, I can imagine, you know, if we dug deep enough, all great things come from us, without me being too political about it. So I can imagine, because we couldn't go buy it, we had to make it. And here we are. And so we call it the evolution of moonshine. And for us, the evolution is worldwide. That's what we're trying to get to, one step at a time.
Awesome, brother. I tell you, it's a $1 billion tasting product. It's a $1 billion taste in that thing. And so, hey man, sky's the limit. The world is definitely yours to have when it comes to getting a good taste of some good moonshine.
I enjoy a good taste, man.
Yes, sir. Now I got to go to the family man before I come to Mr. President, because he's got to stay politically correct. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come to the family man and ask him, where does he see Steel Moon going? Your family's recipe with years of ancestry on it. Talk about it, Gary. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, I think Ralph and Brush, you know, kind of hit it on the head. That's exactly how we're trying to grow it. I tell you, Sterl, it's this business was kind of hard getting in, staying in, you know, but we've overcome a lot of obstacles. You know, we had the right people in place to overcome those. One thing I love about our business and the people that we have involved in business is, Sterl, we don't owe no one. We're not in debt to anyone. So this is one of those, we got blood, sweat, and tears in this, you know, and it's all ours. So to build this up, you know, the way that we have and still growing, you know, yeah, we started it to sell, but it's almost like it's family now. You know, it's going to be hard to sell. I'm not going to sit up and say it's going to be easy. Oh, yeah, let's sign on the dotted line. It's going to take some contemplating, you know, and a lot of prayers.
Zeros.
Yeah, it's zeros. Yeah. Praying those zeros, you know, to get this off and going, man. But, you know, I look at it like this, Sterl. Once this is sold and I'm speaking into existence, we're on to the next. We're on to the next. I think we have a lot of ideas in our head, you know, where we go to next. But hey, one thing at a time, man. One thing my president say, we got to concentrate on one thing.
That's right. The one thing, baby. I know that's right.
Yes, sir.
No extraneous stimuli.
No multitasking. No multitasking. One thing.
One thing. Well, Mr. President, we'd have heard about how you keep everybody focused on the one thing, which is the thing, which is a great thing, an awesome tasting, you know, adult beverage. Tell me, Mr. President, where you think this thing is going to be going from this point on? Steel Moon, that is.
Again, to tag in what everybody said, and that's the running joke is, I need y'all to focus. No, I mean, again, we got into this thing. What started off as a hobby is definitely a love now. For the simple fact that all of us want to do quality jobs, no matter what we do, whether it's for someone else and especially for ourselves. Because again, this is started off as a legacy project for our families, and we're going to continue to follow that path. And what that path brings, or how that path, how we get to that path, it's going to require relationship building. And Kelvin will tell you is that we heavily rely on our relationships. And the reason is that, you know, this business is very small as it relates to persons who know one another. So regardless of whether you're talking to a local liquor store owner or you're talking to a VP of a distributor, they all know each other. And so with that being said, you got to treat everybody the same. And, you know, my mom has always told me that you need to treat everybody the same, from the janitor to the CEO, because you never know. And so with that being said, we rely heavily on our relationships, and we'll continue to build those relationships, i.e. Recess Getaway. You have been, you know, promoting us since day one. And we definitely don't take that for granted. And we appreciate you bringing us to the table today. But again, going back to what the projections, where we see ourselves going in the future, is on a national level. We want Still Moon to be known and observed by all, and that's everyone in the industry. And when they talk about Still Moon, they're gonna say, you know what, that's some quality stuff. It's because it's a sophisticated sippish, and like Kelvin alluded, it's the evolution of moonshine. And that's the way we operate, and that's the way we'll continue to operate. And we'll do that until we are in a position that we attract an investor, someone to acquire us, or what have you. But we'll still have some rights, and then we're gonna make sure that we got enough legal counsel. We'll take care of that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But I think that's where we see everybody's on the same page. You know, everybody may not be on the same page and how we get there, but we're on the same page.
Sometimes, you know, people's GPS, you know, take them different routes to get to the same place. As long as you're trying to get to the top, hey man, I see you there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna stay with Mr. President right now, and ask you this question before we get up out of here, because I know you guys have a busy day, and we're thankful you spend this time on Recess Getaways TV. Ask you this question: where can we get it? Where can it be found?
All right. So for Recess family, if you could go to www.sipstillmoon.com and check for locations, and they'll lead you to where we are right now.
Mr. President, I know you have an incredibly articulate voice, but I want you to spell out that website, because you know how we try to get all our shorthand on the text and everything. Spell that out. We don't go to somebody else's website that's trying to bite the Still Moon flavor and steal a customer. We don't need that in our life.
Well, right now we're doing pretty popular with Google. Type in Still Moon, we'll pop up. www.sipstillmoon.com, and that'll pull up our website. We're currently in Indiana, Texas, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Louisiana, and Maryland. And we just entered into a relationship in February with Total Wine, which put us in 25 locations. And we're moving and grooving, and definitely trying to expand. So that's where we are right now. Right now we have 3 flavors on the market. We have a Special Reserve, which is 100 proof for the real whiskey aficionados. And we got 60 proof apple pie and the 60 proof white peach. And we got something coming in the pipe next spring. So just stay tuned, Sterl. It ain't over.
New flavors, brand new flavor in your ear. No, that's your mouth. I'm just saying.
Don't stop, baby. We don't stop.
Can't stop. It's on and on, baby. On and on.
Hey, Sterl, I tell you this, right now, and we won't stop after that, dog. I got 33 flavors. I'm like Baskin and Robbins around here, man. I got
man.
My repertoire. So
it got the fruity flavors ready to come down and shine on the shine.
But my president say focus one at a time. So
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Sterl, real quick, we are in what I call Chocolate City. And what I mean by that, we're all over Houston. We're in New Orleans. We're in Atlanta. All right. We're in South Carolina.
Awesome.
And we're in the DMV as far as being up in Maryland, Laurel, Townsend. So spread the word, tell your family members, tell your friends. It's like anything else. Don't let, I can't walk down the street being excused. Everybody, we're in enough cities that everybody should know somebody, have them buy it for you, send it to you. So we got to support each other, support the cause. The only way we get to be #1 and worldwide is that we need everybody to participate.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I got to let the family man say something. Big Gary, you going to close us out, the Still Moon team. It started with you from the ancestry. Now we're here. We're at market. We're moving things. Tell me something good, Big G, the mixologist. Wiki.
Look here, Sterl. I just want everybody at Recess Getaways to know, like Brush said, Kelvin said, run out, buy a couple bottles. Tell your friends, tell your family, go out, come on out and support us. You won't be disappointed. And I guarantee you that, like Sean was mentioning, next spring, next year sometime, it's going to be another tickle. Just going to tickle your tonsils, baby. We're going to be ready for you. We're going to be ready for you.
Recess family, you heard it here first from the owner's mouth, not the horses, the owners, speaking with pride about a product that they're the first to market in as African Americans. Trailblazers in a space that's dominated by others in a lane that others have never been in. You just heard it first from the owners. Still Moonshine. My name is Sterl the Pearl. I'm your boy. Never stop being your boy. But I'm the host giving you the most. And I give you your first taste today. Recess Getaways TV. We appreciate the owners of Still Moonshine spending some time with us for our premiere show. We'll be back. I hope to see you when I'm looking at you.
Tracksmith.